DocTalk is brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the science of healthier animals.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan from DocTalk here. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to have a fun show, a great show. We're going to talk about new diagnostic tools to detect pregnancy in cows. It's from IDEXX. My guest, Dr. Jim Rhoades, who's the Senior Marketing Manager at IDEXX. And we'll talk about how you can incorporate that into your herd, how you can work with your veterinarian. Lots of great information. Thanks for joining us.
As dependable as the sunrise, in dairy parlors, open pastures, on ranches and feed yards across America. A place where reputation is more than a name, where the science of healthier animals is a way of life. It's the responsibility that drives who we are and what we do. Every decision, every day. It's your livelihood and our responsibility.
Closed caption brought to you by AgriLabs, the perfect pairing of performance and value.
This segment brought to you by the new Hired Hand Portable Cow Sprayer. For more information, visit cowsprayer.com.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thompson here with Dr. Jim Rhoades. And we're going to talk today about something that's been around for years, but really hasn't been talked about a lot, and that is pregnancy testing with blood. With
serum,
cattle.
milk.
So, yeah, with cattle. And so Dr. Rhoades is a Senior Marketing Manager here for IDEXX Animal Health, and what we're going to talk about today is some of the things that they're doing with technology and pregnancy testing that maybe you're not aware of. So let's just start out, Dr. Rhoades, by talking about what is it that y'all are doing.
The test detects, whether it's in blood, serum, or milk, what is called the pregnancy-associated glycoprotein, or we love three-letter acronyms, so we call it a PAG. There are 22 different PAGs, and they're only produced in the placenta in the bovine.
Okay.
So when you start looking for a pregnancy-specific marker that can be detected in the maternal blood, it's nice to have something that is derived solely from the placenta, which is derived from the fetus or the calf. So if you don't have a pregnancy, this doesn't exist. So it makes diagnosing pregnancy extremely accurate when you're looking for something that only is produced from the fetal tissue.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about the test. So when you go out, you take a blood sample, milk sample.
Yep.
So there could be a time when a calf's on a cow, and you could go out and just take a milk sample from that cow if she's coming through the chute.
You could, but Dan, I'm not as tough as you are, and I'm not real likely to go out and milk beef cows. Yeah, some people might be able to get away with that, but on my cows, I'm not going to go out and milk them.
Right.
Now, in the dairy situation, it's an extremely convenient sample.
Right.
And it is becoming more common for the dairies to submit with their monthly DHI samples or their dairy herd improvement samples to do rechecks. And the reason rechecks, and not just a one test and that's it, because we know from research in the past that about 25% of pregnancies do not last to calving. And that's a normal phenomenon. It's called early embryonic death.
Yep.
And so having the ability, especially in the dairy situation, to have multiple convenient checkups to make sure that cow is maintaining that pregnancy is really convenient.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when I bring them in, to bring them in off grass, I can take a blood sample. I can
You can do it right there on the farm, or you can send it to the laboratory, and in most laboratories, they get you the answer back the next day.
Gotcha. All right, folks. Well, we're off and rolling. We're talking about pregnancy testing and some of the alternative methods that you can do to assure that your cows are pregnant on the farm by yourself, and more with Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX Laboratories after these messages.
The BQA Tip of the Day, sponsored by Beringer Engelheim Vetmedica, Inc.
This is Shane Terrell with Production Animal Consultation, here with today's BQA Tip of the Day. Today I'd like to talk about the proper use of loaders. If we only have one loader on the facility, we need to make sure that we differentiate our loaders in feed commodities and those used to help clean the pens. If we're only using a single loader, make sure that we wash this loader in between use when we're going out in those pens, cleaning pens, hauling mortalities, etc. If we have two loaders, designate a single loader for use within the feed commodities, or using with feed commodities versus the one used to help clean the pen.
Say this is a calf that's been run through the chute a few too many times. Going through the chute stresses cattle, causing them not to eat like they should. Luckily, Pyramid 5 plus Presponse SQ provides proven protection against key respiratory diseases in a single shot, with just one trip through the chute. Talk to your veterinarian about Pyramid 5 plus Presponse SQ, and soon your calves will relax and eat like a whole different animal.
Still using ineffective fly tags on your cattle? It's time to eliminate fleas, ticks, flies, lice, and parasites, and at the same time, give them a shiny coat, making them more valuable. One fly tag can cost $2.50, but you can do this all for about a nickel a head. Introducing the Cow Sprayer, designed and built in the U.S. The Cow Sprayer is portable, solar-powered, and comes with a 25 or 40-gallon tank. Eliminate parasites for about 5 cents a head with the Cow Sprayer. Cowsprayer.com.
Do your cattle struggle with pink eye, BRD, or another disease? Contact Newport Laboratories for a customized solution. Our custom-made vaccines are produced using the specific diseases found in your area. These USDA licensed vaccines offer potential cost savings on vaccine and labor. Contact your veterinarian or Newport Laboratories the next time your cattle are in need of a custom solution. Newport Laboratories custom-made vaccine, because every situation is different.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment brought to you by the new Hired Hand Portable Cow Sprayer. For more information, visit cowsprayer.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thompson here with my friend and colleague, Dr. Jim Rhoades, who's a veterinarian with IDEXX. And IDEXX does a lot of different testing regardless of whatever animal you want to work with in veterinary medicine. And we use them for a lot of different things. Great company. One of the things that we're talking about today is the use of their diagnostic capabilities or testing to determine pregnancy in cows, and we talked about, you know, what we're doing or what kind of samples. Now talk to me about when we should be doing or when we can be doing it.
The pregnancy associated glycoprotein, or PAG, is actually starting to be produced by the placenta at about day 24, 25. It's a little variable cow to cow, but by the time you get to 28 days after breeding, all cows, if they're pregnant, will be producing the PAGs. So as early as 28 days, whether it's post-AI or post, or when you pull the bull out and you know, okay, 28 days later, we can pull a sample, whichever sample you want to use, run it, and find out if that animal's pregnant.
So you could do it at 28 days. You could start to narrow down which cycle,
That's correct.
first cycle, second cycle, third cycle. You can't really determine it based on what you get as results from the test, but you can get it based on when you test.
That's right. So if you have a program that involves artificial insemination and then turning out a cleanup bull, if you go, due to the fact that the PAG is only produced at from about 25 days forward, you can come in 28 days or 30 days after AI, but if you didn't turn the bull in until about 10 to 15 days after that AI event, you can tell which animals were bred to the AI and which animals were bred to the cleanup bull. And that's some work that we're currently doing with Dr. George Perry at South Dakota State University, and it's looking pretty good.
That's awesome. And I think that whenever we get this kind of technology, I think that when we're talking about making sure that animals are pregnant, we're doing this, because we don't want to carry those open cows over the winter.
That's right.
The economics of the different things. And so understanding this, it's not to replace a veterinarian.
No, not at all.
This is
another tool.
Yep. And that's when we look at some of the technology on being able to identify sick cattle in the pen. We have people that come out and say, well, you're just trying to replace the pen rider. No, we're trying to help the pen rider do a better job.
Absolutely. And I would like to see veterinarians, at me as a producer, I would like to have more help figuring out why that cow remains open rather than just identifying the pregnant one.
Yep.
So if I only have the veterinarian for an hour or an hour and a half on my farm, I would like to see them trying to help me in my management to figure out why I have 15% open cows.
Yep.
Not spend their time deciding who's open and who's pregnant.
Yeah, we didn't spend a lot of time going into the doctor to find out who's pregnant at our house. I have
That's
4
right.
daughters, but and the daughters weren't the ones we were testing. I just want to be clarifying. But anyway, we're going to take a break after that. More with Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX after these messages.
Some call it a come from behind victory, an unlikely win, a reversal of fortune, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. This is our moment, our victory dance, because we choose confidence. We choose Zuprevo for BRD treatment. Ask your veterinarian to prescribe Zuprevo. Zuprevo is a fast-acting, long-lasting BRD treatment that you can count on to get the job done. Choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health.
Parasites will lose you more money than any other disease out there besides infertility. So, parasites is something that we have to control, and that's what VetGun does for us. It's tough out there on a ranch, but with the ease of the VetGun, it's a one-man operation, and whenever you can get one thing to work out great throughout that day, it just makes my life a little easier.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson here with Dr. Jim Rhoades. Dr. Rhoades is a veterinarian and he is the Senior Marketing Manager for IDEXX, and we're talking about using technology for pregnancy testing. And so let's talk a little bit about what the test entails.
The test, the original test in 2011 was a laboratory-based assay that is in a plastic plate format. It has 96 wells on it, and it's done in an automatic plate washer. It's read by a computer, very laboratory equipment heavy. The second test was the milk-based test, which is the same way. It's in the laboratory. More recently, we brought out what the name of it is Rapid Visual Pregnancy Test.
Okay.
And it is still in a 96 well plate format, but it has 4 solutions and it takes approximately 30 minutes to do. You can do this on the farm.
All right.
Even you can do it, Dan.
Well, I was just going to say, now walk me through kind of step by step what a person's going to do.
So you would put the sample in, and you can use whole blood.
Yep.
So the producer takes a sample, puts it in, allows it to incubate, washes the plate.
Okay.
You put the second substrate in, which starts creating the reaction to bind to the PAG. You wash that out. You do that 3 times with about a 7-minute incubation time in between each run, and then you place it over a white piece of paper, and it's simple to read. If it's clear, it's negative. If it's blue, it's positive.
Cool.
And it's literally that easy.
And so do all the solutions come in the kit if I buy them that way?
Yes, the plate comes in, all the solutions are there, there's a wash bottle that comes with it. So really the only thing that you need is a white piece of paper.
And do you see some of the veterinary clinics providing this service for their clients?
Yes.
And that seems like a natural fit to me, is that in the future, just like we've done on small animal, using some of your technology to set up screenings and diagnostics within clinics.
Yes. And like we said in the previous segment, this is not meant to replace the veterinarian, but it's another tool that the veterinarian has. If you have a cow that you question, well, I thought she was pregnant, but now I'm not sure. And a lot of veterinarians now have haul-in facilities. You can bring that cow to the veterinary clinic. They take a little sample of blood. They go in and run the test. And before you get the cow loaded back up and get your bill paid, and by the way, price is about the same as what you're used to paying for a pregnancy test. It's really no different.
Right.
Before you can get the cow loaded back up and ready to go home, you've got an answer. And it doesn't always have to have the veterinarian there. A lot of technicians draw blood.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think about the sale barns and how many of those cull cows that we bought that when we preg them at the feed yard and they were called open at the sale barn and they were pregnant. So those are some things that I see as at the auction markets too, of being able to have a definitive test.
And the accuracy of this test, the sensitivity and specificity are right on par with ultrasound.
Yep.
So, and that's usually considered more accurate than just regular palpation.
Not when I'm doing it. But anyway, we're going to take a break.
Not everybody's as good as you are.
Well,
not
keep
everybody.
practicing. Now, more with Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX right after these minutes.
Did you know long-range planning through the Checkoff can help keep your business profitable? To successfully pass on cattle operations from one generation to the next, it's important to promote beef and keep farms and ranches profitable. Your Beef Checkoff helps do that.
We're Jurger's Cattle Company, cow-calf operation primarily with a small replacement heifer operation. We started our operation in 2012, but we expanded on my father-in-law's operation, who started in the 70s, and built off his expertise and his knowledge and have taken and grown it to what it is today. We span about 4 different counties in North and South Carolina, running about 1,000 acres with 350 roughly head of mama cows. My husband and I and my son and my father-in-law operate together. About 2 years ago, we decided to make the switch to become all-natural producers. And what that means is it's a certain standard of quality and life for not only the calves that become part of the food source and the meat itself, but the cows also. Beef Checkoff is important for our operation in a twofold way. First is marketing, creating a customer for us. We sell directly to feedlots, but our end game is the consumer. We want to create a product for the consumer that they desire, that they want to go back to the supermarket or steakhouse and they want more beef. Everybody knows the slogan, beef is what's for dinner, but it falls even more than that in that they've raised consumer awareness in quality, which is important to us because we try to focus heavily on our genetics. That's a main component of our operation, and the Checkoff has allowed us to do that by promoting a product that's important to the consumer, that it's good quality, it's safe, it's nutritious, and they're gonna want to be return customers.
It takes vision, dedication, hard work. It takes knowing who you can trust. At Zinpro Corporation, we have more industry-endorsed research behind our trace minerals than any other company. Proof that our patented performance minerals help improve overall animal health and performance. Lots of companies make claims. At Zinpro, we generate results.
Do your cattle struggle with pink eye, BRD, or another disease? Contact Newport Laboratories for a customized solution. Our custom-made vaccines are produced using the specific diseases found in your area. These USDA licensed vaccines offer potential cost savings on vaccine and labor. Contact your veterinarian or Newport Laboratories the next time your cattle are in need of a custom solution. Newport Laboratories custom-made vaccine, because every situation is different.
Still using ineffective fly tags on your cattle? It's time to eliminate fleas, ticks, flies, lice, and parasites, and at the same time give them a shiny coat, making them more valuable. One fly tag can cost $2.50, but you can do this all for about a nickel a head. Introducing the Cow Sprayer, designed and built in the U.S. The Cow Sprayer is portable, solar-powered, and comes with a 25 or 40-gallon tank. Eliminate parasites for about 5 cents a head with the Cow Sprayer. Cowsprayer.com.
It's easy to spot the man who uses Synanthic. With lower volume and less waste, Synanthic steps up your deworming routine. Get more deworming with less dewormer at Synanthic.com.
Beringer Ingelheim Vetmedica Inc. knows the importance of beef quality assurance and asks you to step up and get certified. Go to bqa.org for details.
This segment is brought to you by the Beef Quality Assurance Program and the Kansas Beef Council, improving animal care and beef safety for more than 20 years.
All right, welcome back to Doc Talk. Dr. Dan Thompson here from Kansas State University, and my guest today is a veterinarian named Dr. Jim Rhoades, who's the Senior Marketing Manager at IDEXX, who has brought forward some great technology over the years and diagnostic capabilities for many different things in small animals, equine, food animals. And today we're talking about something that a lot of people ask me questions about, and that is the doing the pregnancy test for their cows on the farm. And so talk to us a little bit about where you're going in the future.
The evolution of the pregnancy test from being a very laboratory based to being something that a producer can do on farm has been our goal from the very onset.
Yep.
Having the ability to make decisions on open cows literally at the chute is one of the wonderful things about palpation and ultrasound from the veterinarian. Sometimes that veterinarian's not available, and what we're working on now is getting that time from taking the sample to knowing the answer down from what we have now in the rapid visual at about 30 minutes, which really is not cow side. It's take the sample, go in and run it, and then come back out and make the decision. That's great, but we can always improve. And so what we're working on now is a new platform that will enable the producer to take a blood sample and in somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes be able to make the decision. And I don't have timelines yet to share with you, but soon, and it's possible. That's what I'll tell you.
Well, I get back to the thing of speed doesn't always mean accurate.
That's correct.
And I mean, most practitioners are outstanding. I'm not saying that people don't do a good job of palpating, but we have lay palpators out there. We have people that you know, and so if I can do it and improve my accuracy, I'm okay with the 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
You know, because I can go back and find that cow. I can go back and
you can sort them, and something that I feel is really needed in our industry is the ability to do this on the weekend because that's when I have the most labor. And the veterinarian doesn't always want to work on Sunday.
Yep.
So having another option for the producer, and if that cow doesn't produce a calf, really she's a pet. And according to Nebraska Cattleman's magazine, it costs about $600 a year to keep a pet cow. So I would like to have the producers have another tool in their toolbox to not feed that open cow through the winter.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you so much for
Dan.
being on the show. Thanks for bringing forward more great technology from IDEXX.
That's great.
Folks,
Great to be here.
Great. Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX. Thanks for watching DocTalk. Remember, always work with your local practitioner. And if you want to know more about what we do on the show, you can find us at www.doctalktv.com. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson here with Dr. Jim Rhoades. Thanks for watching DocTalk today, and I'll see you down the road.
Closed caption brought to you by AgriLabs, the perfect pairing of performance and value.
DocTalk was brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the science of healthier animals.